Welcome to this deep dive, into the world of the College Volleyball Libro.
Oh, yeah,
Whether you're a seasoned fan or just starting to appreciate the sport, get ready to uncover some fascinating details about this unique position.
definitely.
We'll be using articles from NCAA.com and excerpts from the College Volleyball Libro to guide our exploration.
Sounds good.
So what makes the Libero so special?
Well, you know how in soccer the goalie wears a different kit?
Uh-huh.
The libero's kind of like that.
Visually distinct specific role can't just roam wherever they please.
Hey.
I like where you're going with this.
Exactly.
Mm.
That contrasting jersey isn't just for show. It immediately tells everyone, hey, this is the libero. Different rules apply.
And one of the big ones is that they're restricted to the back row.
Right.
No attacking the ball above the net for these players.
Yep.
So does that make them the ultimate defensive specialist?
You could say that, think about it, the libero is often facing down some of the most powerful hitters in the game. They're diving, sliding, sacrificing their bodies to keep those crazy spikes from hitting the floor.
Okay, so they're like a human wall protecting their team from those game-winning points.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than just defense, right?
Right. Yeah. The libero often acts as a second setter, especially when the main setter is the one digging the ball.
Mm.
Their setting ability keeps the play alive and can create some unexpected attacking opportunities.
Wait, so they set too?
Uh-huh.
That seems like a lot for one player to handle.
It is.
Are there any special rules around how they can set?
Absolutely. They have
Yeah.
to follow specific rules, like not using an overhand set from in front of the attack line.
Mm.
If a teammate is going to spike the ball over the net, it gets pretty technical.
Yeah.
But what really makes the libero strategically important is their unique substitution pattern.
Oh, yeah, the substitution rules.
Right.
I've heard there's some unique stuff going on there.
It's one of the most intriguing aspects of the libero position. They have unlimited substitutions, but only with one specific player.
Hold on, unlimited swaps?
Yeah.
But doesn't the NCAA limit substitutions in college volleyball?
You're right.
Hmm.
Teams are only allowed 15 substitutions per set.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. Those libero swaps don't count towards that limit.
Oh, wow.
It's like a secret weapon a coach can deploy without penalty.
So how does that work in an actual game?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through a specific example?
Absolutely. NCAA.com described a situation in a 2019 Penn State match that illustrates this perfectly.
Okay.
They had two middle blockers, Serena Gray and Tori Gurrell, with Kendall White as the libero. Before the first serve, White replaced Gurrell.
Okay.
Then when Gray went to serve, Gurrell came back in for White. Remember, only that designated player can swap with the libero.
Okay, I'm following so far. But where does the unlimited part come in?
Right.
Sounds like a normal substitution so far.
Here's where it gets interesting. On the next rotation, White came back in for Gray, now making Gray the designated substitute for White. When it was Gurrell's turn to serve, Gray replaced White without a formal substitution because White then immediately went to serve. That made Gurrell the next player in line to replace White when Gray needed to serve again.
Wow, that's a lot to keep track of.
It is.
It sounds like a well-choreographed dance. What's the advantage of doing all of this?
Strategy. Pure strategy. Think about it. Liberos and defensive specialists are usually the strongest passers, while hitters might not be as skilled in that area. By using the libero strategically, coaches can keep their best defensive players on the court for most of the game, maximizing their team's strengths.
So the libero is like a defensive quarterback.
Yeah.
Constantly moving, reading the play, and directing their teammates.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And to manage all these substitutions, there's actually a special libero tracking sheet used during games.
A tracking sheet. That's fascinating. There's so much more to this position than meets the eye. It really highlights the strategic depth of the libero role.
It's not just about being a good defender, it's about being a strategic asset that can change the flow of the game. Now, you might be surprised to learn that the libero position hasn't always been a part of volleyball.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems so fundamental to the game now. When was it introduced?
The libero was first introduced internationally in 1998 and made its way to NCAA competition in 2002.
So in a little over 2 decades, it's gone from a new concept to an integral part of the game.
Right.
That's a pretty amazing evolution.
It really is. And that evolution continues even today. In fact, there's a new rule change coming up regarding liberos. Starting in the fall of 2024, NCAA women's volleyball will allow teams to designate 2 liberos.
2 liberos.
Yeah.
What was the reasoning behind that change?
It seems to be aimed at giving coaches even more flexibility with their defensive strategies and substitutions. It also aligns with the FIVB rules, which already allow for 2 designated liberos.
So it seems like the NCAA is looking to the international scene for inspiration and maybe trying to create a more unified approach to the game.
That's a great observation. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how this change impacts the college game and whether it leads to even more strategic innovations.
Now, before we dive deeper into the evolution of the Libero, let's take a moment to consider what this all means for you as a viewer.
Sure.
The next time you're watching a college volleyball match, pay close attention to the Libero.
Yeah.
Their movements, their substitutions, and their overall impact on the game might surprise you.
Definitely.
It's a whole new level of appreciation for the sport, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Once you understand the intricacies of the libero position, you start to see the game with a new depth and understanding. You'll notice those strategic substitutions, appreciate those incredible digs, and realize just how much impact that one player in the different color jersey can have on the outcome of the match. It's really amazing, how the libero position has become like this central piece of the volleyball puzzle in such a short time.
It is. It really makes you wonder, how this position might evolve further. Will we see even more, specialized roles within the libero position itself?
That's an interesting thought. The sport is always evolving, with players hitting harder and teams, developing increasingly complex strategies.
Right.
It wouldn't be surprising to see the libero's role continue to adapt to those changes.
Speaking of evolution, we were talking about how the NCAA is adopting the two libero rule.
Uh-huh.
Are there other areas where the NCAA rules differ from the international rules, when it comes to liberos?
Yes, there are a few key distinctions. Right. As we mentioned earlier, one of the most notable differences is the rule about serving. In international volleyball governed by the FIVB, liberos are never allowed to serve.
So the NCAA actually gives liberos more freedom in that sense.
Exactly. It's one of those interesting quirks that kind of highlights how the two rule sets, have developed along slightly different paths.
It seems like there's this ongoing dialogue between the two governing bodies, with each one observing and learning from the other.
Right.
The NCAA adopting the two libero rule is a prime example of that.
It's a dynamic process, and it's fascinating to see how these changes ultimately shape the way the game is played at different levels. But even with these rule variations, there's one constant that underlines the importance of the libero.
You're talking about that libero tracking sheet, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
That sheet might seem like a minor detail, but it plays a crucial role in ensuring fair play and maintaining the integrity of the game.
It's remarkable to think that there's this whole behind-the-scenes system for managing the libero substitutions, especially considering how fast-paced volleyball is.
It definitely adds another layer of complexity for the officials. They had to be incredibly attentive, processing information quickly, and making sure all those swaps are done correctly, all while keeping the game flowing smoothly.
It's like a hidden dance between the coaches, the players, and the officials, all orchestrated around this one crucial position. For someone who might be watching a volleyball match for the first time, what are some key things to look for that reveal the libero's impact?
Great question. First, watch their positioning. They're always going to be in the back row, but they'll be moving, constantly anticipating where the attack is coming from and getting ready to dig.
They're like the defensive quarterback, reading the play and making those split-second adjustments.
Exactly. They're communicating with their teammates, directing the defense, and often putting their bodies on the line to keep that ball in play.
What else should we be paying attention to?
Watch those substitutions. See how the libero rotates in and out, how the coach uses those swaps to gain a strategic advantage. And if you're watching an NCAA match, keep an eye out for those rare moments when the libero steps up to serve.
It's a unique element of the NCAA game that adds an extra layer of excitement and unpredictability.
Absolutely. It's a testament to the evolving nature of the sport and the way the libero's role continues to expand.
We've talked a lot about the technical aspects of the libero position, but I'm curious about the personal qualities that make for a truly great libero. What kind of mindset and personality traits are essential for success in this role?
That's a great point. Beyond the physical skills like agility, quick reflexes, and the ability to read the play, there are certain mental attributes that set exceptional liberos apart.
It seems like they need to have a certain fearlessness. After all, they're diving headfirst often into the unknown to make those incredible saves.
You're absolutely right. They can't be afraid to get a little dirty, to put themselves in uncomfortable positions to keep the ball alive. They need that unwavering determination to make the play no matter the cost.
But it's not just about physical courage, is it? There's a mental toughness aspect as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A great libero needs to be resilient, able to shake off mistakes and maintain focus under pressure. They're often facing down some of the most powerful hitters in the game,
Yeah.
So the ability to stay calm and collected in those high-stakes moments is crucial.
And let's not forget the importance of communication. The libero is like the anchor of the defense, constantly communicating with their teammates, directing traffic, and making sure everyone is on the same page.
You're hitting on a crucial point. Effective communication is what allows the libero to transform individual defensive efforts into a cohesive team performance. They need to be vocal, decisive, and able to inspire confidence in their teammates.
So to sum it up, being a great libero isn't just about having those amazing defensive skills. It's about having that mental fortitude, that leadership quality, that ability to rally the troops and make everyone around them better.
You've captured the essence of it perfectly. It's a demanding position, both physically and mentally, but also incredibly rewarding. There's a unique satisfaction in being the unsung hero, the one who makes those crucial plays that keep your team in the game even if you don't always get the glory.
Speaking of those who have walked the path of the libero, we have a special treat for you coming up next. We'll be talking to a former NCAA Division I libero who's going to give us a first-hand look at what it's really like to play this demanding and rewarding position. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've spent this episode kind of uncovering the secrets of the college volleyball libero, a position that's as strategic as it is exciting.
From their unique substitution patterns to their role as like a defensive powerhouse, we've seen how much impact the libero has on the game.
And now to give us an even deeper understanding, we're joined by a former NCAA Division I libero who knows firsthand what it takes to excel in this demanding position.
Yeah.
She's racked up numerous awards and helped lead her team to multiple championships during her incredible career. Please welcome guest name.
It's great to have you with us, guest name.
So guest name, let's rewind a bit. When did you first realize you were drawn to the libero position? Was it like an instant connection, or did it take some time to discover your passion for those incredible digs?
Well, I've always loved the challenge of defense. That feeling of denying the other team a point with a perfectly executed dig. I started out as a defensive specialist, but I think that libero jersey always held a special allure for me.
I can imagine. It's such a visually distinct position, the one player who stands out on the court.
That different jersey color isn't just about aesthetics, though. It represents a unique set of responsibilities and a crucial role in the team's success.
Guest name. What was it like to finally step into that libero role? What were some of the biggest challenges and rewards you experienced?
I think the transition definitely came with a learning curve. The libero has a lot on their plate, not just defensively, but also in terms of communication and leadership. But the rewards were immense. I loved being the backbone of our defense, that reliable presence that my teammates could always count on.
You touched on leadership, and we've talked about how liberos are often seen as the heart and soul of their teams. Can you tell us more about what that leadership role looks like from a libero's perspective?
Well, as the libero, you have this incredible view of the entire court. You're constantly reading the play, anticipating the attack, and making split-second decisions. You're communicating with your teammates, guiding their movements, and creating a unified defensive front. It's a demanding role, but it also gives you this unique opportunity to shape the flow of the game.
Earlier, we talked about some of the mental qualities that are crucial for liberos, especially that fearlessness that allows them to dive all over the court. Guest name. Can you speak to that aspect of the game? Were there any moments that tested your courage on the court?
Oh, absolutely. There were definitely times when I was diving for a ball, not knowing exactly where it was going or how hard I was going to hit the floor. But you kind of learn to trust your instincts, to push past those fleeting moments of fear and just focus on making the play. And when you pull off that seemingly impossible dig, that feeling of satisfaction makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, that resilience is a hallmark of great liberos. They face those high-pressure situations with remarkable composure.
Speaking of high-pressure situations, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on the upcoming two-libero rule in the NCAA. You played under the one libero system, so what kind of impact do you think this change will have on the college game?
I think it's going to be fascinating to see how teams adapt. Having two liberos gives coaches so much more flexibility in their rotations and defensive strategies. It could also open doors for players who might not have fit the traditional libero mold but possess exceptional defensive skills. It has the potential to significantly change the dynamics of the game.
So it's not just like a minor tweak. It could be a real game changer.
I think so. It's going to be exciting to see how this rule plays out in the coming seasons.
Now, for all those aspiring liberos out there, what advice would you give them? What are some key skills and mindsets they should focus on developing?
Well, I think mastering the fundamentals is crucial. Work tirelessly on your passing, digging, and serving. Those are the building blocks of a solid libero foundation. But equally important are the mental aspects. Develop your communication skills, cultivate that leadership mindset, and embrace the importance of mental toughness. And remember, never be afraid to put your body on the line for that crucial dig.
That's great advice. Guest name. It highlights the dedication and passion that are essential for thriving in this challenging role.
Your insights have given us a whole new appreciation for the libero position. Guest name. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences and wisdom with us today.
It was my pleasure. And to all those volleyball enthusiasts out there, keep watching, keep learning, and never underestimate the power of that player in the different colored jersey.
What an inspiring conversation. We've covered so much ground today, exploring the evolution of the libero, dissecting the intricacies of their role, and hearing firsthand what it takes to excel at this demanding position.
As we wrap up this deep dive into the world of the college volleyball libero, let's leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
With the sport constantly pushing boundaries, with players becoming more specialized and strategies evolving at an incredible pace, could we see the role of the libero evolve even further?
Yeah. Could we see a future where the libero position itself, splinters into even more specialized roles, each with its own unique set of skills and responsibilities?
It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
It'll be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
It's a fascinating question, and one that only time will answer. But one thing is certain, the libero, in whatever form it takes, will continue to be a captivating and integral part of the game. So keep your eyes on that player in the different jersey and witness the evolution of this remarkable position.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the world of knowledge and discovery.